You know what I mean? Your boy, the Joker, the Overlook MC, live here on the podcast side, live on 514 onlinemix.com. You know what I mean? We got my co-host in the building, Ecstasy, Snow Baby, no
I'm
Buffalo.
such a baby, bro.
Yeah.
You're
No doubt.
schooling me. I can't
And
believe it's so fire.
yeah, also we have V Green, the Queen, co-host in the building. She gonna come on in a minute. We got, and then we got what's going on? What's going
Good
on?
morning. Oh,
Yeah,
we're all bills down.
Bills Mafia. Yeah.
Let me
Shout out
put
to
the
West
water
Side
in
Gut.
there.
He definitely was doing some things on the Buffalo side, showing some love. You know what I mean? Speaking of West
Go
Side Gun,
Buffalo.
click on the link right now. We have an interview with West Side Gun where he talks about how he made his first million. So make sure y'all go ahead and check that out. And we got the Queen in the building right here, Bernadette Price, the wife
Good morning.
of the
Good
king,
morning.
the legend, Sean Price. You know what I'm saying? Good to have you this morning, Queen. How you doing this morning?
Good morning. I'm okay.
Yeah. No doubt, no doubt. For those who don't know who Sean Price is, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna break it down to y'all real quick live on the 504 radio side and on the podcast side. We on the podcast, we on YouTube with IBP Media Group. Shout out to them. You know what I mean? Shout out to 514 Online Mix, the radio station out of Montreal, Canada. You know what I'm saying? We got 37 countries tuned in when they found out we're gonna have Bernadette on. A couple countries tuned in, like we got to see the Queen because they loving the music. So those who don't know who Sean Price is a legendary MC from the Boot Camp Click, Helter Skelter. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I mean? He did projects with all types of people. His catalog is crazy. From Brownsville, Brooklyn, in the building, and yeah, he's definitely legendary in the game. And when I first got put on him, after I heard him on Helter Skelter and Boot Camp, I was loving the Mike Tyson album when it came out. It was like they was pushing that joint on Source magazine because I was one of them cats that got all the Source magazines all the time, and
Mm-hmm.
they was showing love to the production on it, the lyrics. They really gave the brother all types of, what I'm saying, it made me really want to listen to him because I want to listen to him on a solo tip. And ever since then, I fell in love with Sean P in the building. Never got a chance to see him live in concert when he came to Buffalo to
Mm-hmm.
UB with the tour that he did with what was it, EPMD, and there was a couple other boot camp click. It was I believe it was Method Man, Red Man, and then
Mm-hmm.
there was a couple other heavy hitters too that was on that tour, and I missed that tour because a brother was incarcerated. I was locked down doing my little bid,
Mm-hmm.
so I couldn't go to that joint. But so now we here with the Queen, the widow, keeping her husband's legacy alive. Miss Price, how you doing this morning? Let people know a little bit about yourself.
I'm all right. Sorry about the noise.
That's okay. That's okay. I know how it is. It's all right. That's all right.
um.
It happens. It happens. Believe you me.
Yeah, we
It
all in a
happened
good
to
mood.
me.
Mm-hmm.
We all in a
And it's
good mood.
early. I forgot today it was a holiday,
Yeah.
Oh, sure is.
Oh, yes, right
so
before
I
For
was still
some.
asleep.
that's
Well,
always
thank you so much for joining us. I know I'm excited. The Joker
Thanks for
was
having
had been
me.
talking about it, and I'm like, oh my god, let me do my research. And doing my research, I'm like, oh my god, I'm so happy to talk to such a strong woman. I'm always attracted to strong women, and just listening to the interviews that you did, and you having the courage to continue on, doing what you need to do, is like, man, I cannot wait
Mm.
to talk to you and just, pick your brain, like what kept you going.
He was a dope artist. He deserves it. You know.
You deserve
That's
it too.
That's what I'm thinking, right? Ecstasy,
I,
you just
I just heard what I heard when we were listening to it, and that was
hmm
fire.
And Bernadette, you was also an MC. Appearing on his albums, doing the hooks, doing a couple verses here and there, doing some skits. You kept the culture, you
Hmm.
put the culture forward also. On those tracks. What inspired you to be an MC?
Him.
Yeah,
Because
I can
I
see it.
didn't start doing it until he passed.
Oh,
So
yeah,
um
yeah,
of course it was in the beginning. I was, oh no, I can't go out there because he would always say, "Come on, get on stage." I was like, nope,
yeah, yeah. No
I
doubt, no
wouldn't do
doubt.
it. But carrying the legacy form, I said I got to snap out of it.
Yeah, yeah. It's in you. It's in you.
Awesome.
When you're around, especially in Brownsville. I remember popped up in Brownsville one time when I was on my way to Queens back in the day. I
Mhm.
was visiting somebody in Queens, and that's when New York was very on a whole different level. The cloth was there. It's changed now, but the cloth's still there. But it was a different type of cloth in the '90s went to when I went through Brooklyn, and then I went to Queens to visit my people. You know what I mean? And every time everywhere I went to, somebody was rhyming, and I used to go into those ciphers and do what
Mhm.
I do. And when they hear me rhyme, they be like, "Where you from?" And I say I'm from Buffalo, New
Mhm.
York, and they look at me like, "Man, you don't even sound like you from the country." They just think Buffalo was a country. It was a countryside city,
Right.
and
Right.
until Griselda came and broke down the door and
Mhm.
like, we this is what we do. Shout out to West Side Gun Conway, Benny the Butcher, my brothers,
Word. Shout
man.
out to them.
Yeah,
That's the
and
fam.
stuff
That's
like
the
that.
fam.
Yeah, West Side Gun always show you love.
Mhm.
My first time, I didn't really get to meet you, but I was in the backstage when you came, when West
To
Side Gun
Buffalo.
brought, yeah, the Buffalo to the locks. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh,
Freeway was there, Lloyd
ooh.
Mhm.
Banks was
Mhm.
there, and you was backstage, and at that time I was chopping up with Conway at the time. He was chopping up for a minute, but he brought you on stage and showed you love
Mhm.
and paid homage to Sean P. So that was a good thing that people, because a lot of people didn't know. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that's not in the culture, not really in
Mhm.
hip hop, but in the culture, moving the culture forward, didn't know about Sean P. Till he passed, until other people started shouting him out on all the records, from the Locks to
Mhm.
Hop, from Mob Deep, Alchemist, to everybody coming shouting him out on all the tracks, all the albums after the Most High took him home. And so it was like they was like, "Hey, who was this cat?" But then when they started doing research, they said, "Okay, he was with the Boot Camp Click. Okay, cool. But you got to be in the culture. You got to move different to know true MCs and what's going on in this culture. A lot of people on the
Yeah.
rap side and the hip hop
Mhm.
side and the culture side is different. We got
Yep.
to teach our young fellas and our young brothers and sisters and our black and brown sisters, even the worldwide, what's the difference between the rap culture and the hip hop culture. You know what I mean? Because it is a difference to that element right there. Have you ever had any issues with that and broken down to people the element of the culture?
Mm, no, like you said, it is two different things,
Yeah, yeah,
but it's
yeah.
basically all intertwined.
That's right. That it don't
Period.
it's relationships in it. Yeah, it's the growth between one and the other. Just like you know like the Bible birthed the Quran. It's just about similar, the same as that. You know what I mean? So it's like if we would have taken to that level, I didn't mean to go that way on air with that, but I might went over some people's head with that, but I drop heavy jewels. You know what I mean? But everything you've been doing with them with the merch, who does the designing of the Sean P merch? That merch is crazy.
Sometimes I come up with it, and a lot of times the other guy, his name is Gutter, where he comes up with stuff.
Yeah,
Um, I allow people, like, if they come with an idea, I'll say no, I can't. We not doing that. I give them the chance to do it.
yeah,
And whatever, to keep his name alive, and
yeah, yeah, right, yeah, 'cause
I'm
I,
that
on
I
for it.
I like how when you were doing open letter, you had said that you don't mind introducing new people to this world, which I think is so dope because a lot of times when you're new, you don't get a chance. So what, why do you think you're that way that you don't mind giving people a chance?
Because everybody deserves one.
Mm,
Everybody deserves to, express their creativeness. Some people is different from others, and it's good to grasp different sides of things and different motions. And like I said, music is really like an emotion.
mhm,
You express, you accept feelings. Like I hear people say, "Oh, when Sean P did that song, I was going through a tough time and it really helped me out." And then you sit there and you listen to the words, and like I said, a lot of people can relate to a lot of
mm,
different things.
yeah,
So I think everybody deserves a chance to show their creativeness. Um, Everybody ain't gonna like everything.
Right.
What might
That
be good for you might not be good for me.
mm,
was
But there's
doing
always somebody that likes something.
that's right,
true,
that's right,
true. Was doing open letter therapeutic to you because I listened to it, and I listened to it a few times, and I'm like, it sounds like it was therapy for you because you were getting so many different feelings out in that song. I can hear so many things that you were going through in that song,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's people have something to say about what it is that you're doing, or what it is that he left you to take care of. Was it therapeutic for
Mm-hmm.
you?
It's always therapeutic. It's always therapeutic when I'm on stage, when I go on tour. Like I said, because I feel he deserves it. The fact that he left in an untimely manner, um, that don't mean his creativeness stops.
right, right.
It's ways to do things. You got shows as far as like TV shows. They deal with rap music, and it's a lot of things you could do to keep a person floating.
Relevant.
Yeah,
Hmm.
definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're definitely that brand you
They're
have.
legends, and I think they're legends.
Yeah, that's super
Mm-hmm.
legend. And
Mm-hmm.
like I said, that they really pushed that Mike Tyson. Then I heard the joint he did with my man Fame, Price of Fame album. That
Price
joint
of
right
fame.
there,
Mm-hmm.
that joint right there had me. That made me get my bag. I listened to that album and threw away 2 rhyme books. Like, man, what the hell?
Oh
Yeah,
man.
yeah. I gotta step my game up. I'm like, these brothers coming out here really saying some true things. Not saying I'm not saying the true things. It's just the format and the layout of the creativity, how they paint a picture with their rhyme. Like every time I hear
Mm-hmm.
Sean P, MOP, you know what I mean? Especially the Brooklyn MCs, they can paint a picture. You know what I mean? They was one of the
Mm-hmm.
first to paint a picture. What I'm saying, besides when besides the Run DMCs and all that, but when Brooklyn
Mm-hmm.
started
Mm-hmm.
putting they pen and they pad together, really putting the art form into format to where you can actually see a picture, you actually can hear and see a movie when you hear that music.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like that's where I wanted to go. I didn't want to. I'm coming with my style, but I wanted to paint a picture because I'm an artist too, because I paint and stuff too through canvas, and I
Mm-hmm.
want to put it in words much as I put it with the paintbrush. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So that's
Mm-hmm.
what I was
Mm-hmm.
hearing when I was hearing Sean P, when I was hearing MOP, when I was hearing them cats from Brooklyn, Jay. Shout out my man DJ Tom, who grew up with my man Jay Z, a good friend of mine. He was my first DJ when I moved to South Carolina. Uh, DJ Tom Fortune,
Okay.
you know what I mean? And I met Jazzo for the first time and all that. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like, man, and
Mm-hmm.
every time I go in Brooklyn, I had that same feeling. You know what I mean? Of what was going on and how they was doing things. I threw away two. I ain't lying to you. I threw away 2 rhyme books. Put those in the trash. I'm like,
Not
y'all can
to.
recycle that.
He made you want to step your game up, is what happened. That's what
Right.
it's supposed to be. When you
I
when
mean,
you
that's
you
what it's
don't want to
supposed to
give
do
on
when you
somebody
hear
that's
other
not.
people. Yeah, it
Hmm.
motivates you.
Mhm. Yeah. You
I
know,
can tell in listening to some of the interviews you did and just doing my research that Sean definitely motivated you, which I think is so dope. When you get two people together who are, striving for the same thing and trying to build something, man, it just that's black excellence, or that's just, you know, relationship excellence to me.
But you
And
know
I
what's
think,
crazy? He never got to see me on stage.
you don't think he's
I didn't get up
watching?
there. Oh yeah,
He's
yeah, yeah.
watching
Of course now.
and proud
yeah,
and
yeah.
proud
Oh yeah, he
because
was
you
on
are
that.
doing
I
it.
felt Sean P on the stage when West Side Gun brought you up there. I felt the spirit. When he came, the whole
Hmm.
crowd stood up and showed you love, and you know what I mean. It's like that love was
Yeah, I
so
surprised them.
powerful.
They didn't know I was coming.
Yeah,
They didn't know
yeah,
I was
yeah.
coming,
And
so it was a surprise for them.
yeah, it was tears in the audience. I was in the front row. It was
Hmm.
tears. The young man next to me was crying. The girl behind me was crying like, "Oh, you know what I mean?" And and that was they was like they was wishing they was gonna wear the Sean P shirt so you could sign it, and they didn't know. And I was like, "Yeah." I said, it was very that was hip hop culture at its best. When it came to Buffalo, that was one of my first. That's my first Griselda show. On top of my
Mm-mm.
first time seeing the Locks as the Locks. Like, when I say that,
Mhm.
because I did see him when Diddy had him on stage for a little bit when they had the little Bad Boy with Biggie tour. Because I'm a Biggie fan all day, and I've seen Biggie before he
Mhm.
passed, and I seen the Locks. So a little bit, I ain't really get to see the culture of the Locks. That was just a little intro they opened up, but when I seen they
Mhm.
performance up there on that stage, man, that was legendary. And then they put the ice on the cake and brought you on stage. When Westside Gunn brought you on stage, I was like, man, come on, Westside, you doing too much right now, dog.
Yeah, he always give great shows though. Griselda always give awesome shows.
Yeah, definitely. The art form, man. They definitely got the artistry of Buffalo. Because
Mhm.
that's the city of art, man. Buffalo, man, and he's keeping that legacy alive, and in the fashion part of it, and he's involved in the fashion
Mhm.
overseas, and that's just a blessing to see a black brother coming from nothing now into something and
Mhm.
really
Mhm.
blessing people. And he ain't forget when he come from. He come back home. He give back to the community, giving the whole neighborhood kids shoes for school and
Definitely a good
going to
brother
bed.
with a good
Yeah,
heart. You know,
you know. And I'm praying
he
and hoping,
definitely. Mhm.
that he gets that chance to buy the legendary it's a barbecue spot in Buffalo and Fillmore
Mm.
of Lee's Barbecue, and he the room on the street that he is going to try to buy that whole block
That'll be
that
dope.
Lee had got. He want to keep the recipes going. He want to keep that thing going in the love of a man Lee's Barbecue. So if that's true, I hope I hope that make it. That's something he would do. That's something when I
Mhm.
heard that
Mhm.
that's something that Westside would do to keep the legacy alive in
Mhm.
the city of Buffalo. That was one of the first black businesses in Buffalo. You know what I mean? And
Mm.
he had that
Mhm.
thing going on. The Lee's Lounge been around, Lee's Barbecue been around for at least about 40 years. I was a young man when my mom used to
Yeah,
go in there
me
and get her
too.
little barbecue chicken and her ribs. I had to be like 3 or 4 years old. I remember she carried me on the hip and all that, doing that barbecue, getting the little plate. You know what I mean? Give me a little bone and all that. I remember that. I was young, but I remember that. What I'm saying, being an old guy right now, I remember those things. But yeah, that's the legendary.
Mhm.
So, shout out to the Griselda family, man, and
I
giving
just want
back
to
to the
say good
city.
morning to some of our listeners. I see Big Mike in there on the check-in. Good morning, bro. Good
Yeah,
morning. I
shout
see
out everybody.
um
Yep.
Andy Ortiz. Good morning to everyone who's in
Yeah,
in
yeah.
on the check-in. Appreciate you guys for showing up so early. I know it's early in the morning. We got the Queen
Yeah.
Bernadette Price on this morning. I couldn't wait. I was so excited getting together, getting myself together this
Mhm.
morning and just listening to your music and just getting the energy because anytime I talk to someone, I want to feel out their energy. And for me, what I
Right.
felt was that you came to a point in your life where your person was no longer there, and you needed to continue on this legacy, continue because you have children as well. So and just listening to you, it's like she realizes that she needs to be an example for her children, as well as make sure that her husband's
Mhm.
legacy continues on, because he does have some dope music, and there's kids like decades from now that's going to
Mm-mm.
listen to his music, and also listen to your story, and be like, man, I can pull from that and see that I can be strong even though I'm facing all of these challenges. So my question is, what what challenge made you realize just how strong you really are? Because I know you faced a lot. In addition to that, you also experienced COVID without your person. So what do you think was the greatest challenge that you faced since, losing your person, and having to continue on with, oh, we went
Yeah, it's probably probably a connection because
the
she out here
Wi-Fi and
walking
stuff.
by the highway. You jump back on. Yeah,
I'm
it's
just so happy to listen and interview with her, because Open Letter, if you guys listen to, I'm sure you listened to it,
yeah,
but it just seemed like it was so therapeutic, just
yeah,
getting that music out.
yeah. She's very powerful sister, and Sean P had always had something to say. He always had good spirit, and everything. Yeah, she back in the house.
Hmm. It's like that sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
It's
It's
okay.
fine.
You good, Queen. Yeah, no doubt. Continue on, be Queen.
Yeah. So, what do you think was the greatest challenge that you faced? Just making sure that you continue on with this legacy, and not forgetting about yourself, because you also played a huge role. I always say, beside any great man is a dope ass woman. So,
Thank
what?
you.
Oh, I absolutely, and I'm sure he knew that. I'm sure he knew that. Listening to his rhymes, you can hear him talk about you. He
Hmm.
definitely knew that. So, what do you think was the greatest challenge that you faced?
Putting the album Imperious Rex together from scratch.
By
That was
yourself,
that was a
without
big
him?
challenge.
No doubt.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Definitely.
yeah.
Do you have any unreleased tracks of Sean P?
Yeah, I'm trying to work this Helter Skelter project now. It's
Okay.
slow, but
Yeah.
I'll get around to
It's work.
it.
It's definitely work. Is it any just for all the MCs that's out there is investing themselves in true MCs? Do you have any verses for sale for some of these MCs that's looking for a Sean P verse?
No, not really.
Because a lot of people have some stored to the side. 'Cause I know even Shaquille O'Neal even said he got a couple tracks with Biggie unreleased that he didn't release you know that he's willing
Now I'm
to.
sure some people still holding on to stuff, you
Yeah,
know. Um, I guess they'll get around to it.
yeah, yeah. Definitely. And I see that Conway was on one of his tracks too. That was blessed to do. How did that work
Hmm.
out?
Like I said, they the fam, so whatever I need, they always
Yeah,
just call, just call.
yeah, yeah. You called it. And Conway blessed the track. Yeah, Conway's
Hmm.
a good dude, man. I'm hoping and praying they do a biopic on him. Thinking of biopics, is they gonna do a biopic on Sean P?
No, but it's some things I'm working on.
Yeah. Uh, because I
I
know
don't want to
that.
speak too soon, but
Yeah,
I'm
right,
working on
right.
some
Of
stuff.
course, of course. Yeah, definitely. Because I know Questlove is bringing a lot of the rappers that passed away and doing documentaries and doing the behind the scenes and doing stuff that they didn't know about an artist. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Sean P was on his list. He just did the Jay Dilla, which is coming out on I think Netflix or Hulu. He just did the Jay
Hmm.
Dilla one, and he's also supposed to be doing a Big L, and I believe Sean P was on his list. I'm pretty sure
Hmm.
somebody might give you a call. You might get a call from Quest, like, we're gonna put this together, sis. Can we put you know what I mean? So, as the Quest Love, he's definitely keeping the culture forward of all cultures of black music, man, from jazz,
Yeah.
old school, blues. He's supposed to be doing something on blues on my man. my man with the Lucille guitar and all that. He finna do a lot of things on Questlove from the Roots, and so shout out to Questlove and what he doing. I can't wait for that Jay Dilla to drop, but I think that'd be
Mhm.
dope. You know
Mhm.
what I'm saying? If he can get a chance to reach out to you, and 'cause I know he got a lot of things going on. I know they doing a big tour in 2023. I can't wait for that. The Roots
Mm.
doing their anniversary tour,
Yeah.
and then they gonna hang. They're gonna retire the Roots, then all we gonna hear is Black Thought after that. Black Thought will keep it going. Shout out to
He
Black Thought.
awesome. He can hold it down though.
Yes, he did.
I like
They
Black
one of the
Thought.
best lyricists of all times, right there. No doubt, no
Mhm.
doubt. So, what other plans you got for your album?
But I'm slow working a EP,
Okay.
little something. That's it.
Okay. What producers gonna be on there?
um, I got PA Dre. That's RJ Payne's people.
All right, all right.
Um, it's slow
Awesome.
moving, but I got some awesome people on there.
Yeah, no doubt. That's the Daniel Jury. I can hear some Alchemist on there too. I can hear some.
Mhm.
I can hear
Mhm.
some.
Mhm.
I can come with that. You definitely got something to say. I love your style. I love MC.
Thank you.
MC period. Y'all holding it down too heavy
Mhm.
right now. Y'all ain't nobody touching y'all right now. I'm sorry. A lot of the fellas hate to say. A lot of the fellas in the game don't like
If they
to
could
hear
all
that, but
just
it
get
is what it is.
along. Look, if they could all just get along.
Do you find that a lot of times that's the issue, is that it's egos in place instead of just trying to do what we need to do to complete this project? The egos just
Yeah,
getting.
too many of it. That's why I always stayed away.
Yeah, yeah,
I like the creativity part, but I don't like all that drama.
The
yeah,
egos.
yeah. We all
Yeah.
don't like that. Yeah,
It's
because
too much
creativity
amongst
is fun. Yeah, no doubt.
period.
Yeah,
What do you
definitely,
think
definitely.
about the newer music that's out? Is when I listen to you and your husband, the New York influence is so heavy. Like you can hear that this is straight up New York, straight up
Mm,
New York. So what do you think about some of
Mhm.
the newer
Mhm.
music that's out there? Because a lot of times when people think of rap, we automatically think of New York. We think of the West Coast in some aspects, but definitely New York. But now we have all of these other cities and states that have definitely gotten the New York influence, but they don't sound like it. They've completed their own lane of music. You have that. I don't want to call it the mumble rap, but it's different, and it's because of their accents are so thick. So what's your ideas on that, or how do you feel about the newer music that's
Mm.
out?
um, like I said, creativity is creativity. Um, I do think that New York need to stay New York.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is drill this and drill that, and the drill came from down that way, and now it's here, and
yeah,
Yeah.
I just think I don't have nothing wrong with it. I mean, the kids, the music they're making
yeah.
is to dance to.
Hmm. Yep,
Mhm.
I agree.
A
I,
lot
I,
of
I've
them. I
heard
don't know.
I've
Some of the
heard artists say that New York is doing the best drill music. That we have it the best, but it's still out there. I feel for
hmm
me, I feel like just like when hip hop came, a lot of people didn't like hip hop. So this is just something new. This is just to add to the creativity, like you said. It's creativity,
yeah,
just to add to it.
the kids. I have two sons. They 20, 27, and 23.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah, yeah. No doubt.
That's the connection. I
That,
know
that,
uh our producer on Think and Grow with Vet Green, he was saying that they had some issues down in New York with the Wi-Fi since that storm. Like Ian messed up a lot of stuff.
yeah.
A
Right,
lot of
right. Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
That storm messed
Welcome
up a lot
back.
of the towers. They think they had a problem with the towers out there in New York since the storm, and
Mm-hmm.
the glitch still
Mhm.
going on. So yeah, you know what I'm saying.
I don't know. I pay my bill to go through this. It's sickening.
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Same
Speaking
way.
of like Apple, do any of you have an Apple iPhone? I swear they force you to upgrade. My phone is like two back and they
Mm,
are forcing me to upgrade. I didn't have a phone all weekend. It's horrible. You
yeah,
too? Have you
yeah,
guys experienced that?
yeah, yeah. That's
Like
Mhm.
they
the
say,
laptop. This is my third MacBook.
man, they force you to update. That's
Yeah,
horrible.
definitely. It's a hustle. It's a
Yeah,
grind.
they
I
do.
respect the hustle, though. You
Mhm.
know, I respect the hustle, but come on now. You know, some folks gotta. We on a budget here. You know what I
You've been
mean?
Right, bro.
adapting. We're still adapting.
We
Right.
on a budget. Like we know what I mean. We
I'm,
still thinking about we got another
Mhm.
extra pack of Oozle Doozle in the cabinet.
I'm fine with my old iPhone. Don't
Right.
force me to update.
You
Because
know
they
what I mean?
got hit
So
by
yeah.
20 by COVID and they
Yep.
trying to recoup some of those
Mhm.
costs.
Yep. Definitely. Definitely.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Yeah. You know, we here direct here on 514onlinemix.com with the Queen, Miss B Price, the legendary Sean Price wife. You know, she's holding it down. The legacy is just amazing. Every time I hear his music, it never get old. It
No,
never
it's
get old. Seem like,
timeless.
yeah, it seems like when I hear it, it seems like it's brand new, like it just dropped last night. You know how stuff drop on Spotify on the platform. When I hear his joint, I be like, man,
Mhm.
this joint sound like this joint dropped last night. You know what I mean? Because he's definitely getting it in, and everything. Do you have any issues with the labels with his music or anything, or do they work with you as far as his masters and all that?
No, they work with me like Dug Down as a family basically is more than just business.
Yeah,
It's deeper than that. So, but I don't have any problems.
that's what's up. That's a blessing. That's a
That is a
blessing
blessing.
when you in a business with somebody that's business, but you also family and friends. Y'all have an understanding, overstanding, understanding with everybody, and everything can run
Mhm.
so smooth. That is very rare, and that's why I keep telling people about the situation I was talking about with Diddy and the May situation. You know, I be me now knowing the business, studied the business for 20 years, own my own label, I manage. You know what I mean? And it's me being in the business now, and now I listen to conversations from Jermaine Dupri, Diddy, Timbaland, Swiss Beats, the Rough Riders on their documentary, even Irv Gotti's new documentary just came out. The way they talking, the talking language, I can read between the lines what they're saying, especially that word that me and V Green talked about it a couple of days ago on the show. The word opportunity when Diddy say,
Mhm.
"I'm giving these artists opportunity," when Jermaine Dupri say, "I'm giving these artists opportunity," that opportunity means that you get in when you fit in, do business, but learn how to capitalize off it. You know what I mean? And I
Mhm.
had to
Mhm.
translate that to the young generation because at the beginning or even at the end of the situation, they always say, "Oh, he took money from me, he stole from me, he's shady, this and that." No, you didn't take an opportunity to get a bag.
Take advantage of the opportunity.
Yeah,
There's no such
you
thing
you
as a
Right.
dependent
gift.
on the label. You dependent on somebody else to do the work for you. Okay, you got the talent. You're going in the studio. You're writing. Your creativity. Your production is nice. You're doing all these things, but there's more to it than that. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like the merch.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Make sure your merch is on point. Make sure you're doing good business when you're doing features for somebody. Make sure you know what I mean. It's ways you can get a bag when you're doing a side show somewhere. You know, make sure you're doing
Mhm.
business to where you keep your name solid, to where you can keep going.
Mhm.
So when that label is ready or them investors is ready, they can be like, listen, we ready to do this for you. We finna do this tour. We finna drop this lump sum for you right now just to keep you moving. We ready to go ahead and get this business going. You got to be ready for them opportunities to happen instead of sitting back complaining in the back of the cut, not doing anything for yourself, but want to depend on that. That's one thing I liked about Sean P. He kept on doing the mixtape. He kept on
Mhm.
writing rhymes and being on features, getting that bag over here. You know what I mean? In spite of what he was going through, trying to take care of the family, make sure you good and make sure the kids is good and all that. So it's a work ethic all across the board do you see a lot of the young rappers that you come around that's doing the sound we doing, and they coming to you for advice?
Hmm.
What type of advice you give to them when they come to you? You know what I'm saying? Yo, auntie,
I just
how
tell them
come?
to work hard. I
Yeah,
tell them work hard and just keep going,
yeah, yeah.
you
Don't
know,
stop.
and practice a lot.
It's repetition, right? I feel like some people, because we see the finished product, especially with Instagram, Facebook, all of these social media sites. We see the finished product. We don't actually see the grind
Mhm.
that's going on behind the scenes. So a lot of these artists, the newer artists, they jump into it thinking, okay, I'm gonna make this dope fire song and everybody's gonna love it, and then I'm gonna be rich. Like just like that, but it doesn't happen overnight for anybody. Like this,
Yeah,
we're grinding right
Mm-mm.
now. We were talking about this last week, the Joker. We're grinding right now, ecstasy. This is what we're doing, trying to
Mhm.
get to a point where we will have that bag. Do you
right.
feel that the work ethic is just not there for some people to get to the point where they can, shake hands with the Conways, and they have people in their Rolodex, well, not Rolodex, their phones that they
Mhm.
can reach out to because they're putting in the work.
Yeah, but it don't. I mean, you know, you got some people that put in a lot of work and it don't happen for them.
Right,
You know, you just gotta not give up.
right, right. But those
Not give up.
those rappers
That's
and
the key
singers
to the
and
whole
artists,
thing.
yeah, with the artists like that, I usually tell them
Yeah.
to create a lane for yourself, to where you got social media
Mhm.
now. You know what I mean? And I tell a lot of these young, me being a marketing coach, being a marketing manager for a lot of artists and businesses, I tell them to figure out your lane, grow off that lane, and you know,
Right.
and make sure that you keep everything authentic to who you are while you're in that lane, because you know I know a lot of them be wanting that, being in that circle. You know what I mean? And I learned that for myself. You know what I mean? But I learned to build my own lane, and it's different. So when I do see Westside, he'll let me know. Even Benny, when he live on IG, he see me like, yo, I see you, Joker. I see you, big dog. Keep going. I see you. And Diddy hit me up. Yo, I said,
Mhm.
I see what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I
Mhm.
like, all right now, like, don't slip up on me. You know what I mean? Do your thing. Do you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and them things like there, you knowing your lane, it's important. And a lot of people want to bring certain people in their lane that don't fit them. And I think that's the downfall for a lot of artists too. Like, I tell a lot of young brothers, listen, I love that brother. I love what he got going on. I love that producer. But your lane is over here. They don't need to be in your lane. You need to mold that a little bit better over there. Not knocking nobody, not hating on nobody, but just let them know that
Mhm.
their lane is different. You know what I mean? Like you got somebody that's doing drill, 100% drill, and you got the boom bap. Okay, y'all collaborate on one joint. But once you collaborate, you know what I mean? Y'all bounce off each other. But then that person always want to go in that lane and just chill. Hold on a minute, brother. You collaborated, let that work. Y'all both work together, but then go back to your lane and you know what I mean, make that mold a little bit
Mhm.
stronger.
Mhm.
It might need a little
Mhm.
more mud on it. It might need a little bit of water to keep it smooth. You know what I mean? Before it's done. You got to mold that thing perfect for you. Sometimes you got to be selfish in a certain way in your lane. Sometimes
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
And stay in your lane. I feel like some people are afraid to be in their own lane because you look around and it's like, dang, I'm the only one in this lane. Yeah, because that's what you're supposed to do. You are supposed to carve out that lane for you.
hmm
You
Mhm.
have to be okay with being you. And I feel
That's
like a
right.
lot of people are not okay with being them, and that's where they run into trouble as well because I want to be me. I strive to be me every single day. Coming up on this platform, I strive to be me. Just bring my authentic self because my authentic self is who I was made to be, and that's who
The
people are
original.
going to gravitate
Mhm.
to. You know?
Mhm. Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
what's
Yeah.
up. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Awesome.
Yeah, no doubt. No, so rest in peace to
Right.
the legendary Sean P. Yeah, I'm pretty sure the 504 Online radio, that everybody tuned in and excited. I played that track with you and Sean Price. Dead or Alive track. You know
Mhm.
what I mean? That joint, man. That whole album right there. The cover of the album was crazy. You know what I mean? That right, whoever did that piece
Thank
of work,
you.
that joint right there, fire. Like I seen
I
that joint. I need a hoodie for that joint.
Right.
Yeah,
I
that's
love how
a
he
fact.
shouts you out. Like it's just like just love in that song. You know, he's
Yeah.
like, man, man, my wife is official, okay?
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Mhm.
Don't
It's,
forget
it's,
who's right
it's Sean
beside
P, man.
me.
Y'all, that's your best friend. That's your king. That's your homie.
Mhm.
That's your lover. That's your business
Everything at
partner.
one.
That was your everything, and you know what I'm saying. And you guys represented. I think y'all was the first ones to show hip hop love. Period. In the hip hop to me. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Before the, I think before the Jay Z and the Beyonces and the Swiss Beats
Mhm.
and you know what I mean? It's like you know y'all was the
Right.
first grimy hip hop couple in the hip hop game. You know what I mean? I could definitely say that because there was nobody else bringing their better half in the forefront. He made sure he wanted to put you in the forefront. He wanted to trophize you. So
Mhm.
we're like, this is my queen. This is what it is. Y'all better represent and see what's going on, or you know, what I mean, it's gonna be a situation. You know what I'm saying? He makes
How
sure that you was all
Yeah,
right.
he ain't play about me.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. You know what I mean?
mentally, how did you handle that, like losing your person? Because you guys were, I feel like you guys were a team, not just husband and wife. It was a team as well. So how did you deal
Definitely.
with that? You know, that like that was your person.
Yeah.
And how are
Still
you
dealing
still
with it.
dealing with it? Yeah, because it doesn't.
Yeah, but as time go by,
You dealt
things
with it in
lessen
their
up,
pen.
like the
Right.
Mhm.
problems and because when a person pass you, everything comes out.
Yeah.
Whether it's true or not.
And
Fact.
you're
And,
still left with dealing with it, processing it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm cool.
How,
I'm
how the
cool.
boys? How the boys? How the young men is
They're
handling
good.
it?
It's always hard for the kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
Losing a parent is never easy for children.
Right.
Mhm.
Right.
Um, by the grace of God, my parents are still alive.
Okay.
So them having, to deal with that is like
Yeah.
that's all I can say. Is nothing else I can
You
really
can
say.
think of, I know, right? Like at my age, and I see people losing their parents, and I'm like, dang, I'm 46. You know, my father is gone, but my mom is my person, and it's like,
Mm-hmm.
man, I'm blessed to still have her here. And I'm luckily, thankfully, thank you, God, that I'm able to be with her and help take care of her. But man, that has to be tough on
It
kids to
is. It is because it's a
be
lot of
young.
emotions. That stuff people don't see because it's behind closed doors.
That's right. That's right.
So they look at it like, oh, they're fans of his and they recognize and love him. It's for different things.
Yeah.
But when it's inside the house, it's a whole different level.
Yeah, because they're dealing with the loss, like that. Their dad is their superhero, their mom is their superhero, but there's certain things that mom may not be able to help them, or questions they would feel more comfortable talking to dad
Mm-hmm.
about. So I can just imagine. And they're still young men. They're
Mhm.
young men.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about your daughter? How's your daughter doing? I heard you say that
Oh
she's trying to
God.
figure out her lane, which I think is dope, and that you're
She.
supportive of them, as long as
I'm
they aren't
Sean
swinging on a
Price.
pole somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt.
She'll let you know I'm Sean Price. If she
Yeah.
was up now, she would take over the whole interview.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's what's up.
She's
Oh,
definitely
he's a marketer.
That's
Mm-hmm.
right. That's
she.
right.
Uh-huh. She's
If,
definitely her
if
pop's
any of your
child.
kids, any of your kids want to get into the hip hop and follow the legacy of their
my
father,
daughter, my
okay,
daughter,
invite
and,
me.
and my youngest son.
Okay, so that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? And I would love to
Mm-hmm.
hear some of that, that hip hop, some of that word play they gonna put into it, like pops and keep it alive. They can do it. I know they can do it. They they got they got a good support team. They got mom. That's gonna be behind management. You
Mm-hmm.
know, keeping everything right,
My daughter
tight.
definitely on it for the place.
Yeah,
I can tell she has a strong personality. I saw the one video, and I don't know how old she is now, but she's like in the one video, like, I'm about to be about my paper. I'm about to
mhm.
be about my bag, okay?
Yes, that's what I'm talking about. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 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 no doubt. Yeah, we got Miss B Price in the building. You know what I mean? Doing what it do live here on 514 Online Mix. We have
Mm-hmm.
actually Snow Baby in the building,
How about
co-host,
that?
and
How about
also,
those bills yesterday? How
oh
about those
man,
bills?
yes indeed, they came in and showed up and showed
Well,
out.
things deep in here.
Yeah, I'm glad that our lineman is back. Oliver came back, Phillips came back. They handled that middle. They spread that defense out. We ready for them Chiefs next week.
Man, I remember at one time
Awesome.
Pittsburgh whooped our butts. What?
Yeah,
We annihilated them yesterday.
yeah,
What?
yeah. We definitely took advantage of the situation. They lost a couple players that could have made things a little different for their side of the end, but we had to take advantage of that. We're not giving up. We not holding back and giving nobody no free points, no free yardage, nothing. We
We
here
down what,
to
seven? We
yeah,
down seven players, so
yeah, yeah. But
I'm back.
no doubt.
you're
B
fine,
Price
sis.
is back in the building. Let people know where they can find you at, Miss B Price. So where your social media, how to get the merch, the Sean P merch. Give us all that information live on air so everybody can go ahead and tune
Yeah,
in to.
just hit me up. It's Bernadette Always Humble on Instagram, and it's Bernadette and Sean Price on Facebook.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, definitely hit her up. You know what I'm saying? Put your pre-orders in, do a pledge, ask for the cash app, give a donation to
Mm-hmm.
any Sean
Mhm.
Price charities. Definitely show love because we should definitely gonna show love. If I see something pop up on anything on Sean P when it comes to charities for the kids, we there. The whole 514 team,
We
the
there.
Canada will be there. The whole
Appreciate y'all.
the Evening
Oh
Work
yeah.
Network will be there. You know what I'm saying? The Think and Grow with Vet Green podcast gonna be
Oh
there.
yeah.
All of us
We're
gonna be in
on
the
it.
building
We're on
and
it.
make sure you
I,
good and keep your legacy alive and anything you got going on. So make sure y'all hit her up for the
Thank you.
mhm.
merch.
Appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
thank you
doubt,
so
no
much for
doubt.
joining us.
No doubt.
This,
We gonna keep it kind. I'm keep in
I'm
contact with
music
you.
therapy in.
Oh
yeah.
yeah, definitely.
So I'm a,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get
definitely.
back at you.
Yeah, yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, we appreciate
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
having you on the show, on the pop up show with the Joker. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure everybody's tuned in and sharing, and and trust me, the Griselda family gonna be well pleased when they see this. They might be tuned in now, knowing Wes. Wes always be on the airplane or something. He'll sit there, and he'll watch something, and don't say nothing. He might be texting you right now. Like, I see you, sis. I see you. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, we definitely appreciate
Mm-hmm.
you being on the platform and doing what it do. Anything you need for us to do, anything you need us to push, we'll push it on the radio show for you. Hit us up on the podcast. Anything you got going on, don't be afraid to DM me. Don't be afraid to put information in. So we're definitely gonna push it for you and make it happen for you.
Yeah, I
You
think
and
I
your
went on
kids.
your Instagram. I can't get into anything right now, but I think I did follow you on Instagram. I heard you in one of the interviews say that you aren't big on social media. I'm not either. Like
Yeah.
it's just so much. That's a little, way too much energy for me to try and
Yeah,
absorb on a
it
daily basis
sometimes
all
it's
day long.
depressing.
Isn't
Yeah,
it?
Mm-hmm.
It's
yeah,
like,
it is.
man,
Yep.
when I heard you say that,
It's
I'm
your
like, I feel you.
algorithms.
Yeah, I know my
It's your
algorithm's gonna be down this
algorithms.
week.
Mine have
Yeah,
been great thanks to you and
yeah.
you.
Yeah,
Got
mine's
to
been
get the
doing
mess
okay. It's
out.
getting better. But like it is depressing sometimes because it's like you want to do this and certain things pop up and remind you certain things and most of the whole lately I've been jumping in and jumping out. I don't stay on too long. I do my little business,
Mm-hmm.
do what I gotta do, and
That's what
really
I
jump
do.
off. Yeah,
And
and
then jump out.
Mm-hmm.
It's too
if I'm
much.
looking for like somebody hit me up or I know an
Yeah.
artist, I'm looking forward to bring me some music. I tap in no more. Like, okay, let me go ahead and catch, see if he sent that for me. Let me see if I, and after that, I'm off. I'm
Mm-hmm.
off. I'm not even on there like that. You know what I mean? And I do my little content creator real quick, create something, post that up, tag a couple people, and then I'm out the way. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got to
Mm-hmm.
Big
go.
Mm-hmm.
Big Mike
You know,
said Brooklyn of the Brown Table podcast also will be definitely we got your back. The
yeah,
evening rush, we got your back.
yeah.
We
Brooklyn
got
the
your
Browns.
back.
I'll be on their podcast tomorrow. They got me on their
hmm
show. Kicking it with
the Brooklyn
Okay.
of the Brown Table. Oh,
yeah
that's what's
tomorrow
up.
night.
Shout out to Big Mike.
Yeah.
And shout out
Mm-hmm.
to Don of the Evening Rush Network.
it,
Big
it,
shout out
stay
to
tuned in
everybody
to
over there.
514onlinemix.com, 24/7,
Mhm.
365. I'm on every morning, like now from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. And we do play good old school hip hop music, R&B, so we
Mm-hmm.
definitely brighten your day up, Miss Bernadette, when you want to get in your inner self and just chill. You can tune in my radio show. We play some good music. We jammed this morning. The programmer showed out this morning.
All right.
Yeah.
They even played the Whitney Houston to represent all y'all women that's gonna be on the show today. Every woman. I was like, okay,
Oh
y'all tuned
shucks.
in. Y'all tuned in.
I
You know
love
what I'm talking about?
514 because it's all women. Like man, women, man, y'all better stop sleeping on us. That's all I'm gonna
Yeah,
say.
the 514 online mix
Get
the
you
all women cast from the
get
from
you a
the
good woman on your
CEO
side.
down to
Mm-hmm.
the programmers, down to the editors, the film, it's all
Mm-hmm.
females. The whole female team holding it down in Montreal, man, and
Dope.
they giving back to the community out there with the kids. Montreal been going through
Mm-hmm.
some things out there right now, and with the kids, and they out there, they outside, helping out,
That's
making everybody good. You know what I mean? So shout out
mm-hmm.
to 514 Online Mix back home family. Be awesome. You know what I'm saying? Salute to them all day long. So we gonna go ahead and jump off this thing. I know you got some things to do. It's the holiday. You want to catch up on some more sleep. We appreciate your time, your
Much
precious
love to you.
Thank
time,
you. Appreciate
and
y'all.
anything you need, don't be afraid to hit us up. From
Yeah.
Be
Thank
Green
you so
to
much.
Sofa. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're welcome. Thank you. Will do. You guys have a
Great
good
way to
day.
begin my Monday. Blessings to you and keep going. Do not give up. Do not give up.
Thank you, I will.
I love it. You guys are so great.
Yeah, no doubt. That was definitely Miss Bernadette Price live here
Awesome.
on the Papa Show.
Her
Yeah,
energy, just listening to her music and just reading, doing my research on her. Man, I'm pulling from that energy because it
yeah,
takes a lot when you lose somebody that you love. It's one thing to, separate or divorce and that person is still here. You just aren't together, but to actually lose your person,
right,
due to
right,
death,
right.
that had to be so, traumatic and challenging for her to just continue on this legacy. It had to be so challenging. So, like I
Yeah,
said, I love talking to women who are just continuing on with your business.
yeah, yeah. She's still in her business. Her creative bag, focus, and it's like, man. It's like, when I seen her on that stage with West Side Gun when he brought her out, that's a whole different feeling. The whole place just lit up like wow, like that's Sean Price's wife, like and they that was really it was a different experience. It's hard to explain, you know what I mean? You had
Yeah,
to be there,
yeah,
like
It was
you
just
had
an
to
experience here on the
yeah,
live, honestly. You know how
it
I always
was.
talk about those music therapy bumps that I
yeah,
get? It was
yeah,
like
It was an
powerful.
experience, yeah. And not to,
I don't
I
know what
love how
else
you
word to
made
use.
sure. I love how you brought it back to her as well because I feel like as women a lot of times we forget about ourselves and we become so focused on
mhm,
that person,
mhm,
not forgetting about her as well. So I liked how you brought that back to
yeah,
her.
yeah,
Ecstasy.
yeah, definitely,
Well, we're
definitely,
kind of like chess pieces on
Mm.
the on chess. You know, the
yeah,
king moves slowly, one piece at a time, and the queen's all aboard.
that's why
She's
she go
taking
anywhere
care of
she wanna go.
So
everything. Yeah,
Yeah,
you
she
get
knows.
a strong
I
woman.
don't
You
know any
you
other analogy that I think about. So
No, that's perfect.
that's how I'm kind of moving right now.
Yeah, that's right.
Me
That's
too,
right.
sis.
The queen move anywhere she want to go. She can attack. She can attack anything. You know what I mean? It's hard to catch her because the woman is the movement of the man's vision. You know what I mean?
Mm.
And
Oh,
a
that's a
lot of
whole
us,
word, bro.
yeah, a lot of us men don't realize that it's hard
It's
to
the
go to the
woman's
next
vision
level
too,
without,
though.
yeah, even if it ain't your wife
Like combined.
or your girlfriend, you gotta have a female involved into your movement. If it's just your business partner, your sister, your cousin that see your vision, you know what I mean? That's a whole different type of perspective of going to the next level. It's hard to do it
Yes.
without a female. That's just a fact.
Yes. Yes. It's in
I
us.
mean,
I
look
think
at
Mother
all
Earth,
the groups that have
Big Mike
female.
said Mother Earth, Mother Earth. That's right. We are Mother. That's right.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Yeah, the
Man.
Matt Ats and all that. Yeah, the ISISes and the, what I'm saying, the moon goddesses, and I mean, let me get back into my Nuwapian literature on y'all
Go
real
on and
quick.
school us, bro. Go on
Yeah,
and school
Right.
us.
you know what I mean. That's a powerful thing, and us men think that we could do it on our own, but no, even the president got a first lady.
Even the president has a first lady. You right. You
Yeah, I'm
right.
saying
It's
so.
how you can lead, honey. I want you to lead, but just know that we can do this together.
Yeah,
We can do
that's
this
it. That's a
together.
fact. And that's
Yeah.
why that the all female team at 514. That's why it's so powerful. They moving so swift. You know what I mean? And I'm happy to say, uh, you know, uh, my boss is a female, and my assistant boss of 504 is a female. That what I'm saying, and they see the vision, and I'm putting together, and I see their vision, and we putting it together, and then I'm in my own lane building a vision. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
With even the network and your podcast and exiting, we all building our lane together, and then y'all
Right.
have your own lane that y'all build it, so it keeps going. It's a link. It's another link
Right.
in the chain with another
Connection.
link in the chain to
Right,
another link in the
right.
chain, but we all in it together. We
That's
all holding it
Oh
down.
my
networking right
God. That's
Yeah,
there.
why I want to
Networking
apologize to
and
Saturday, bro.
marketing.
My phone, I was like, man, he
yeah,
shows
I
up
understand.
all the time for me. Like this is I was
Yeah,
telling Big Mike, I didn't have any phone numbers, nothing. I'm like, you show up all the time, which I'm so appreciative. I
yeah,
felt like crap that I couldn't get on,
yeah.
the live with you on Saturday. But man, the devil is a liar. I'll be on there this Saturday and we gonna have some good stuff to talk
No
about
doubt. Yeah,
because
no, I know
one
how it is
thing you
with the
always
Apple
do is you
phones,
show up,
man.
and I
Apple
appreciate that.
phones is something else, man.
Hmm.
We always, they just, it's on purpose for them to grind and upgrade. And I get the grind. I respect the grind, but like, come
Yeah.
on, like,
Everybody
give
don't
us,
have that paper right
yeah,
now.
that's it. That's it. Like, come work with us a little bit. Come on
Man,
now.
just to get a new phone with the Apple Care, it's like $200 just to get a new phone, man.
Right. That ain't even counting the maintenance fee.
Exactly.
You know,
Exactly.
what is
I
that?
knew
That maintenance
something
fee
was
be
going on when
crazy.
they made me do two updates in one week. And I'm talking to my kid because most of my kids have iPhones. I have two that's Android. So
Hmm.
I'm talking to them like, did anybody else get two updates this week? And they're like, no. I'm like, man, what's going on? As soon as I did that update, my phone froze. I can't, and you the touch screen. So I'm trying to turn it off, but it's still a touch screen, so I can't turn it off. We
Mm-hmm.
calling it.
Yeah.
It got the
And next
emergency on
time
it.
I'm warned about not doing the update, I'll hit you up because I was warned
Yeah,
not to do it. Like,
not to. I
so,
know people that don't
like,
do
we
it.
stay in the technology over here. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, let me know because I had two updates in
yeah,
one week and my
because
phone was like,
they can't handle it at
Yeah.
first.
yeah.
When
See,
they
yours is
first
oh,
pushed that update, mine's
Hmm.
old, cracked, but
yeah. See, yours
hey,
is
it's a phone.
too.
Yeah. Right. Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
I have a Galaxy tablet. I haven't phone in a while, but me and wife, we share a phone, and and that last phone that she had was an iPhone, and it's just so many issues because they force you to upgrade, they force you to do this, force you to do that. So it's
because your
like,
phone runs slower.
yeah, yeah,
My
yeah,
phone is so crappy right now. When I was in Baltimore, I couldn't hardly use my phone. I
yeah,
like up in the room and I couldn't really use my phone. It's
right, right,
horrible.
yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Yeah, man, we gonna definitely do what we do. We off the air on the
I'm not gonna lie though, I do like Apple Music, but